Ryan, thanks for joining today. Awesome to see your smiley face
Yeah.
as usual. Um, you've had an incredible career in Silicon Valley. You've worked for some amazing companies, but most recently you've taken the CRO job at Zoom. What's that been like? I have to imagine a crazy ride, especially in light of recent
Yeah.
events.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thanks to you and Drew, the trusted advisors, and of course all the CIOs and IT leaders here. Just to make sure it's understood, I am not wearing shoes. I just have socks on. It's hard to find the need for shoes these days, but um, it's been an amazing journey. I've been pretty lucky in my high tech career. Back in 2000, which is almost 20 years ago, it kind of sounds crazy now, but I started at WebEx. It was a pre-IPO company. I spent a decade there before it went public. As it went public and got acquired by Cisco. And then I actually started at Ring Central back in 2009, and there was less than 50 people there, and started and ran and built the U.S. Global sales and direct channel teams, also services there, and almost 10 years at that company. And so that was a great company, and I really wasn't leaving Ring Central. I was going to Zoom. And I went to Zoom because I wanted an experience. I saw the power of the brand. I knew and trusted Eric, the CEO, and really understood his ability to innovate and deliver, and also that convergence of like where voice and video were going, and also the relative importance of those two. So, in short, I really wanted an experience, and let me tell you, I've definitely gotten that. Sometimes you may be careful what you ask for in life.
Yeah, I bet. So I'm gonna get the elephant on the table here.
Yeah.
Uh, you guys have been exploding, tons of positive momentum, but we've also had a couple of negative items pop out around the security of your platform. Can you set the record straight? Where do you guys
Yeah.
stand? What are you doing? Just kind of level with everybody on what that's like right now.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I'd say, a couple things, there's definitely been some bad press, but we've also seen extreme growth. When I say extreme, Zoom was a fairly successful company a quarter ago. And in that quarter, we were talking about 10 million or so daily active users. In a month, that basically ballooned up to over 200 million daily active users. And those aren't
Crazy.
meetings, those aren't minutes, literally users, right? Think about that. And so, and there was a great increase actually in the individuals, and those were, our normal historical clients, like enterprise clients, but also, lots of students and lots of consumers. And we've been under a spotlight, and with that have come some awesome stuff, like, knowing that we're keeping people safe, knowing we're helping the world stay sane, the weddings on Zoom, the Passover Seders, the Easter services, all the stories that we hear. A customer told me recently it felt like the world was running on Zoom. But with that, there were also some issues, and we are thankful that they were raised, and we have to address those. And so there were a couple of vulnerabilities that were discovered. We had those fixed within 24 hours, and so I want to make sure that comes across. We've also made some new product changes, like if you're a host of a meeting, you have a new security icon. And it takes a lot of things we already had to give you control to lock the meeting, to set things right at your fingertip, but puts it in a much more easy to use way for a host and other panelists that are having those meetings. And then we also enable things like waiting rooms for all EDU accounts. And so outside of that, we have committed to a 90-day plan. And that includes things like, additional white box penetration tests, enhancing our bug bounty program, and really focusing our resources on trust, on safety, on privacy, including a weekly webinar by our CEO on these topics. And so our goal is really to go from the most frictionless to the most frictionless and safest platform in the world to use. And we're very confident in our journey to get there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that answer, Ryan. Had to ask the question.
Yeah.
But on a more exciting note, you're launching Zoom Phone this year, and you have a history of dominating this market, or being a leader, at least on the video side of things. And everybody else on this panel has come voice first, video second. So you're video first, and now you're bringing voice. Do you think you can pull it off? What's that going to look like? Are you going to own more of this share? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We think of ourselves as a frictionless, video first unified communications platform. And, listening to the conversations before, I heard Brian, I heard Vic, I heard Jay, I heard Drew, all talking about the importance of video. So we really appreciate that. But it's not just video for us, right? It's the benefits of video and audio conferencing, interoperability across systems and devices, and then, of course, all persistent chat, all on a modern backend architecture. And when we built that architecture and for video, we didn't just build it, we built it for scale. And I'm talking companies like Oracle, Walmart, Deloitte, they're using it. And I'm talking wall to wall, like, tens of million minutes of usage every week. And so when I think of a PBX or the phone side, there's really three parts. The first part is management and scale. And today Zoom does that for the Fortune 1000 and even with Walmart, the Fortune 1. The second part is really connectivity and transport. And when companies switch to Zoom in meetings, they use VoIP 6 times more than telephony because of the ease of use and quality. Well, that's that same ease of use and quality brought over to the phone service. And so we also do allow direct connects for really large enterprises that do want to replace their PBX, but still leverage their existing trunks. And then, the last part is really the kind of that core system, and that's all the end user functionality. And it really comes down for that, it's software, it's ease of use, and it's innovation. And those are two things that Zoom excels at. And, lastly, it does allow us to do things like, for instance, take a phone call and seamlessly upgrade that to a video call. And so I think for competitors that start with voice and now are trying to add video, but also do that at scale, I think they're somewhat in a tough spot. Customers are coming to us because we are video first. They know that that's the platform, how it's supporting them for video. And honestly, that's the best one for voice too.
All right, exciting news for you guys. I got time for one quick more question. Vic hit on this theme of culture, but Zoom itself has got a lot of great press on your culture. Talk a little bit about why you're, it's probably why you're there too. How does it express itself out to the end customer? Touch on that a bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot with culture. It really starts with Eric Yuan, the CEO, and he built a company under the concept of delivering happiness, and literally he means it. Like, are people happy? And he doesn't. What a great place to work. What's your job? It's to deliver happiness to your customers. Like, who doesn't want to do that? And then I'd say also the company is extremely transparent. Just from a core, it's all about sharing information, being transparent internally and externally. And then the last one is really, we have one core value, and that's to care. And that, we think about care for our customers, our employees, our company, our community, and also ourselves. And, the work we're doing with over 90,000 plus schools around the world to bring them free or even severely discounted services really brings that to light. So happy to be here and having a great time.
Well, thanks for joining today. I appreciate you being here and all the support you've given us this year.